All right, this is Chapter 1, Lesson 4, Powers of Monomials. So what I'm going to do is I have two different things I want to look at. The first is expanding the product rule, okay? So basically what I'm doing here is I'm taking my exponent and whatever I'm applying it to has to inside the parentheses. So when I have an exponent and I have things inside of parentheses, I'm applying that exponent to each thing inside the parentheses. So in this case, I have AB to the mth power. So that means it's going to be equal to A to the m times B to the m. So for example, if I had something like 2a cubed raised to the second power, I would do 2 squared plus a cubed times 2. Because when I multiply, when I have something with a power already inside, and I have an exponent on the outside as well, I can actually multiply those powers together. Because the 2 and the a cubed also need squared. They both need squared. So my final answer would be 4a to the 6th power. Okay. I also have the power of powers shortcut rule. So basically what that means is when I have something inside raised to a power, so I have a to the mth raised to the nth power, so it's raised to a different power, I can multiply those exponents together. So this only works if there's a single positive base inside the brackets. Let's look at an example. 3a squared to the 5th. What I'm really saying is I'm taking 3a times 3a times 3a times 3a times 3a. Okay? What I can do is I can do 3 to the 5th power and then a squared to the 5th power. Well, 3 to the 5th power gives me 243. A squared to the 5th power is 2 times 5, which gives me 10, so I have a to the 10th. So my final answer is 243, a to the 10th power. Okay? 6 to the 4th power raised to the 5th power is really like saying 6 to the 4th times 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 6 to the 4th. Okay? I can simplify doing that by just multiplying my exponents together. So 6 to the 4th to the 5th power becomes 6 to the 4 times 5 power. 4 times 5 is 20. So this is really 6 to the 20th power. Alright, there are a couple of try problems out below. I want you to go ahead, pause the video, and try them out, and when you're done, we'll go over the answers together. Alright, now that you've had a chance to try the try problems on your own, let's go over the answers together. So the first one I have for letter A says 2 to the 5th squared. What this is really saying is 2 to the 5th times 2 to the 5th, okay? But I know that using the power of products rule, I can simplify this, okay? When I do that, I'm going to take my exponents and multiply them together. 5 times 2 gives me 10, so I get 2 to the 10th power. It says w to the 4th raised to the 6th power. So again, I'm going to multiply my exponents. 4 times 6 is 24, so I get w to the 24th power. Letter C, 3 squared cubed squared. Okay? So I want to go ahead and do what's inside this bracket first. So again, I can use the power of powers rule. So 2 times 3. So each one of these I have to do squared. So 3 squared cubed is 3 cubed. 2 times 3 gives me 6. So this gives me 3 to the 6th power squared. 6 times 2 is 12, so I get 3 to the 12th power, which is really 531,441. Letter D says 8b to the 9th squared. So again, I need to distribute that 2 into each one. Okay, so 8 squared is 64, and then b to the 9th squared is really saying b to the 9 times 2, which is b to the 18th. So I should get 64b to the 18th. Alright, letter E. Letter E says 6x raised to the 5y raised to the 11th power, all raised to the 4th power. So, for letter E, I need to multiply each one of these things. So 6 to the 4th power, and then I have x to the 5y 11 to the 4th power. 6 to the 4th power gives me 1,296. 5y to the 11th power, I need to multiply this 4 to each one of these. So this is really 5 times 4 times y to the 11th times 4 power. Okay, when I do that, I get 1,296x to the 20y to the 44th power. For letter F, I have negative 5w squared z to the 8th, or raised to the 3rd power. So I need to go ahead and distribute this 3 to the 5, to the w, and to the z. Negative 5 cubed gives me negative 125. W squared cubed is w to the 2 times 3, which is w to the 6th power. And then z to the 8th cubed is z to the 8 times 3, which is z to the 24th power. So when I combine them all together, I get 125 w to the 6th, z to the 24th power. And that is the end of Chapter 1, Lesson 4.